Yeah. Oh my goodness, I think I fixed it. Are we there? Let's see. I think we're good. Cool. We're back, yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yay, we're back. Alrighty. I promise we're coming to your screen momentarily. It is going to happen. I swear it. Yes! Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's so good to see everyone's faces. We're coming to you, as you can see from the background. We're trying something new. We're coming to you from the streets, Main Street, the only street in downtown DeKalb, Illinois, in case none of you, I see Sarah loving that. If you've never been here, now you have. That you're seeing all of DeKalb right behind me. Hillside Restaurant over here. I got to learn the reverse situation here.
Like the weather.
It's like the weather. There's clouds coming in over here. Cool. So welcome everyone to it's our 1 month anniversary show. Yay! We made it. That's cool. It's great to have some veterans with us, some new folks. Shayna with the drinks going already. I like it. So welcome everyone. We're so excited to have you here for our 1 month anniversary show. Like I said, we're coming to you from Outer Loop TV studios in downtown DeKalb. Talk Hard, episode 4. But we're also coming to you tonight from LA and New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, Michigan. I think this is our most all over the U.S. scattered about show we've had so far. So we're super excited. Couple quick things. If you're new, we're on YouTube tonight, so drop some comments in the chat so we know you're there. We'll shout out. Rachel's monitoring the chat. Oh, look at that. We're getting donations already. I'm going to get to that in a second. Real quick, if you're new, the Outer Loop is a nonprofit theater organization focused on new work. Talk Hard is now a virtual workshop experience for artists of all stripes to try out some new work, get a sense of what they've been working on in front of an audience, hear it out loud. Actors, musicians, writers, comedians, dancers, painters, like any artist of any stripe. If you want to come on and try out your work and hear it out loud, please do. In Illinois, where we're coming to you from, today the governor extended our stay-at-home order by another 30 days, which is cool. We get it and we respect it. That's the only way for us to do anything about this disease, this pandemic. So, but what that does mean, and I know folks all over the country are also dealing with similar circumstances. Sergio was just telling me New York City's sounding like it's going to be till May or June. So we know everyone's dealing with hard times right now and some financial struggles. So we got together this week and talked among the Outer Loop and the Talk Hard folks and just artists across the board. And we really wanted to try to do what we could and just do our little part to help the artist community out. And everyone, I know for sure, everyone performing tonight and pretty much everyone who performs every week with us, right? All artists right now and everyone. We're not trying to leave anybody out, but for us, a lot of the artists that we work with are just not able to work right now, right? No theaters, so actors can't work on plays, writers can't, have their plays read or produced, comedians can't do their gigs, their stand-up, they can't host, musicians, no shows, you get it. So we tried to figure out what we could do to help. And so what we did, you can see behind me here, we came up with it. We're always gonna, it's never gonna be charged, right? A requirement. It's free always. Talk Card's always free. But um, if you can afford it, we came up with this COVID cover charge tonight. So suggested donation of $20 because you would, if you went to a club, obviously you'd buy a ticket, you'd drinks at the bar and snacks and all that jazz. So, but please, like anything, right? We know not everybody can afford $20. So anything you can give, $1, $5, 20, 50, 1,000, like anything you can give. You can see our Venmo is right there. That's the Outer Loops Venmo account for Talk Card. It's really easy. It's at Talk Card. I don't know. I'm never going to get the backwards thing going here. It's already set up. I see donations already coming in. So thank you for that. And like it says right there also, nope. It's just not going to happen. It's never going to happen, Miles. What we're going to do is we're going to take all donations in tonight, and then we will divide them up equally to all of the artists that are performing tonight. The Outer Loop will not take any of this money. This is all for the artists that you'll see perform tonight. We'll divide it up, and if they have Venmo, we'll get it out to them immediately tonight. If not, we will find a way to get it to them within 24 hours. So that's the way it works, and we're hopeful that you can contribute. Because we're able to bring this into your living room. You don't even have to put pants on. I mean, not putting pants on to see this is at least worth $5, I think.
I haven't put pants on in weeks.
Yeah, Rachel hasn't put pants on in weeks, so like at least that's worth $10, I think. So, and for the parents and grandparents in the crowd, because we know there are a few, if you're like, what the hell is Venmo? I don't know, because I know my mother's like, I don't know what Venmo is, but I'm happy to donate. But like, so Mom, if you don't have Venmo, and anyone else who doesn't have Venmo,
I just dropped it in the chat.
PayPal. Rachel just dropped our PayPal link.
Yeah.
Rachel just dropped our Outer Loop PayPal link in the chat on YouTube. So if you don't know what Venmo is, I know you know what PayPal is. So there's a link in the chat in the YouTube chat for PayPal.
Shout out to Hunter and Haley.
Oh, sweet. Hunter and Haley are with us. Awesome.
Wow.
So drop your name in the chat. You'll get a shout out because I know that's super exciting.
Gives me something to do.
It gives Rachel something to do. So without further ado, we're going to get started. So we have 8 performers tonight. A show will run about an hour, as it usually does. An awesome lineup. Crazy good lineup. Lots of veterans, some new folks, some theater, some cool comedy, some music, all over the place tonight. So we'll get right to it. Did I miss anything? No. Sweet. So I don't even know if she likes me calling her this. So I'll call her this, and then like I always do, I see her face already. And then like I'll make sure it's okay. But the face of Talk Hard coming up first.
Shout out to
Shayna Goodman. Here she comes. Hey, Shayna. Oh, everybody on the Zoom, leave your mics open.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, Shayna. It's good to see you.
Good to see you, Michael.
We missed you for 2 weeks. We had people the first week that you couldn't be with us. People were like, where's Shayna?
Oh, man, we had a Zoom Seder, and my parents couldn't figure out how to use Zoom. So they couldn't and it was fun.
That's cool. We're glad to have you back.
Good to be here. Good to be here in my girlfriend's living room. I'm learning guitar again. I knew a few chords like a few years ago, and then I stopped because I had other things to do, and now that I don't have anything to do, I'm learning it. So this is a song.
Awesome.
Oh, and don't judge my strumming. I don't know how to strum. Well, I dreamed I saw the knights in armor calling, saying something about a queen. There were peasants. There was a fanfare blowing to the sun. that was floating on the breeze. Look at Mother Nature on the run in the 1970s. Look at Mother Nature on the run in the 1970s. I was lying in a burned out basement with the full moon in my eyes. I was hoping for a replacement when the sun burst through the sky. There was a band. B minor's hard. In my head, and I felt like I could cry. Thinking about what a friend had said, I was hoping it was a lie.
Woo!
Thinking about what a friend had said, I was hoping it was a lie. Well, I dreamed I saw the silver spaceships flying in the yellow haze of the sky. There were children crying and colors flying all around the chosen one. All in a dream, all in a dream. The loading had begun. They were flying Mother Nature's silver sea to a new home in the sun. Flying Mother Nature's silver sea to a new home.
Nice. Are you gonna do another one?
I'll do another one, yeah.
Alright.
This one is short.
Okay.
I believe.
Is it cool that we call you the face of Talk Hard? Is that all right? Is it cool that we keep calling you the face of Talk Hard?
That's great, but you have to start paying me.
Okay, good. We will.
That's a donation.
We're starting that tonight.
It's difficult, but girls gotta eat.
No worries.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been a many poor boy, and God, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. They sewed my new blue jeans. My father was a gambling man way down in New Orleans. Now the only thing gambler needs is a suitcase and a trunk, and the only time he's satisfied is when he's on.
Shayna, you have such a beautiful voice. You should sing more often.
Oh, thanks.
You really do. I mean, your guitar work needs a little work, but your
A
voice.
little
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Mine's still sitting gathering dust behind the chair.
2 months.
Oh, sweet. That's cool. Thanks, Shayna.
Man.
That's awesome. And we're gonna stay in the same living room, I think,
We're
right?
staying in the living room.
We're staying in the we're staying in the living room. And here comes the amazing Sarah Garner.
Yes.
Woo!
Thanks, Steve Howe.
Awesome. We have lots of couples tonight. It's nice.
Do we?
I like your shirt.
Oh, I'll fight the other ones now.
Uh-oh. I'm one of them, so
Yeah.
that's scary. What's up? We missed you.
I miss you too. It's great to be back. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I have some words to say and I have a song to sing.
Woo.
So I'm gonna do that.
Cool.
I've been thinking a lot about like this time that we're in, which is crazy. And I have an anxiety disorder. I have OCD, and when you have an anxiety disorder, everything that you do, no matter what you do, it feels like the end of the world. You know?
Yes.
No matter like waking up in the morning, getting dressed, getting on the subway, it's all the end of the world. And so a few months ago, I was thinking about like what would I be like in the apocalypse? You know? And like honestly, I would fucking crush, right? I have literally been training for this my whole life, you know? Like everyone else would be freaking out about the end of the world. But I would be like, hey guys, I got this. Right? Like I did this 12 times already today. Relax. You know? Just do some deep breathing, take a stretch, take a walk, whatever. You'll be fine. No worries. But then I think about like now that we're in the apocalypse, I've been thinking about like what will happen after the apocalypse, and I actually don't think I'll do as well post-apocalyptic, right? Because like you can't see all of it, but I don't have like a post-apocalyptic body type or anything. Right? Like these aren't like childbirthing hips, and I'm getting so like I'm not much use at all, right? I don't have any of the post-apocalyptic skills. Like I can't hunt, I can't build. I'm just another mouth to feed. But I can teach children how to read. But like you don't need that until at least 3 months down the line. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to go into hiding pretty fucking quick. So if anybody's willing to help, let me know. Okay. I'm not gonna last very long. My dad, a couple years ago, I think my dad knows this, and so he just got me silver for Christmas one year. Not like a necklace, not like a ring, nothing, not a bracelet, just straight up silver that I can apparently barter for my own life at some point. So, thanks, Dad. It's over there somewhere. So, just, you know. Anyway, so I've been thinking a lot about how, like, I'm anxious all the time, and I'm actually, I'm not less anxious now, but I'm regular anxious now. And so I think if anybody's struggling during this time, I wrote a song with a little tip for you guys. I am bad at guitar also because I've been playing for a month since this quarantine. So this is a song about what to do if you're feeling anxious and who you can reach out to for help. It gets dark in the end, but stay with me, okay? It's just like my nights at home, you know what I mean? That's Shayna. Okay. The news has us all freaked out. There's this new virus, no one knows what it's about, and we're all just sitting inside, hoping the anxiety subsides. And little did you know, there's a place where you can go when the panic makes you want to run Just ask your anxious friends, they'll know what to do. We've been panicking for years and we're here to help you. Just ask your anxious friends when fear tightens your chest. We have several great strategies and we'll share what works best. We're pros at being scared. Your anxious friends are prepared. Don't worry because it's okay to cry. We're all gonna die anyway. Anyway now. Any day now. So write that will now and take a pill now. A good one, 'cause we're all gonna die. And kiss your friends goodbye. So eat a lot of pie, 'cause we're all gonna die. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Take care of yourselves. Deep breathe.
Hunter says she
Thank you,
feels
Sarah.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Hunter on YouTube says she feels seen. And I can also tell you that I can also tell everyone that's listening, I'm another one of your anxious friends that you can lean on who has OCD and anxiety too. So this is like every day. I've been preparing for this as well. Like this is just every day is like my life. So
Right? This is just a Tuesday.
this is a Tuesday. Like, come on, man. This my morning before I leave the house is this. It's like, come on. Especially when Rachel comes through after the gym and has to go to class. Like, come on.
I just mess everything up.
That's right. Cool. Thanks. Thank you, Sarah. That was awesome.
Thanks. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
So before we head out to, I think Sarah and Shayna were in Brooklyn, if I had that right, maybe, right? Is that right? Yeah. And we're gonna head out to Astoria, I believe, right? Yeah, in a minute. So before we do that, just a reminder that all of our artists tonight have lost work. And are suffering financial hardship and have lost income because they're unable to, act in plays, write, get their productions produced, host stand-up nights at the comedy club, do stand-up, perform with their band at a club. So if you can afford it, please, the information's right there next to me, behind me. Our Venmo is just @TalkHard. Whatever you can donate will get spread out evenly and split among all of our artists tonight and given directly to them. The Outer Loop won't take any of that. Talk Hard won't take any of that. It's going to go all right to all of our artists tonight. So please, we really appreciate it if you can do that. And now, without further ado, a Talk Hard favorite, a Michael Herman favorite, a Rachel Yoder favorite. We're going out to Astoria, the hilarious Maddie Smith. Hey, Maddie.
Woo, woo.
Hey guys, what the heck is happening? 411. Let me change this to a little gallery view so I can look at everyone at once.
Woo.
What a time. Some of you I'm seeing for the first time. Some of you I'm seeing for the 10th time. It's very unfortunate now, isn't it? Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're still here. I'm going up and down. I usually have anxiety. I haven't been able to go to therapy since the core plus a year before because I lost my insurance. So no big deal, but I'm kind of losing my mind. I miss therapy because you can talk about anything you want there and it's like a judgment-free zone, right? You guys go to therapy?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I ran out of stuff to talk about in therapy within my first month because I'm a white woman. My only problem is, do people like me? And when I found out they don't, I just kept going. So, I used to go to therapy to just test out material just to see what she'll say. Because it's literally improv. She'll be like, yes, and, right? It's almost annoying. One time I went to therapy and I was like, listen, I ate a person. Fix that, bitch. And Carol was just like, well, we all get hungry sometimes. Maddie, are you hungry? So awful. My therapist put me on Lexapro, which I'm happy to report I am also now off. What's up? Who's spiraling? I am. It's so fun. Lexapro is an amazing drug. I don't know if you guys are on anti-Ds, but it really helps your brain. Okay, great for the brain. But on the flip side of that, and I don't know if this is TMI for the grandmas in the YouTube, but I have never been drier. Okay? It's like a desert down there. You want to go traveling? Yeah, it's like a cat's tongue. But I was thinking, I realized that explains how antidepressants work, right? They dry you up, and then you can't have sex with men, and then you're happy. Yeah, take an anti-D to the next level. Am I right, people? Looking, is it blowing up, or are people?
It's blowing up. Maddie, the
up?
donations just like hit the roof.
My dad's super into it.
Roof's on fire.
Major donations happening right now.
This is why I do this, people. I have no money other than my COVID stimulus check. What's up? Going to Bergdorf Goodman with my $1,200. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But I live in New York City, and the cool thing about living in New York City when you have no money is there's a lot of rich people who live here, right? And I have a super rich friend. Her name is Caroline. A couple of you might know her. She lives in the West Village in a 1-bedroom apartment alone. And I didn't realize how rich she was until I saw her rent check on the kitchen counter. And it was face down, but I wanted to know. And I did. So I lifted it up, and it was a $4,500 check written out by her dad. So that night, I actually turned my life around and stopped paying her back for things. Or if you find a girl with a trust fund and you tell her she's pretty. And I text her just to check in. I'm like, who's awesome? Who's funny and cool? And she's like, hey, me, would you want to take an Uber to LA? I'm like, you're so dumb. New York City, if you can make it here, your dad's a CEO. That's how the saying goes, right? Oh my God, that Ben & Jerry's looks amazing, Shayna. I'm in a relationship now. You guys might see a little bit more of him later in the show. He'll probably be complaining about me. It's crazy how great of a time I'm having in quarantine and how miserable he is. It's almost like it's my boyfriend and I have been dating for a while. And it's great because I was in a really annoying relationship. I was not in a good relationship before this one. And the worst part about being in a bad relationship is the going on dates after the relationship, right? Every time you go through a breakup, the online dates you go on after, you're always on your way to your first date. You're like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen. Who knows if it's going to be a waste of 2 hours or 1.5 years. Be crying or at Coney Island. Oh my God, I'm mixing up my words today. You know why? Because it's my first time talking. Okay? 9 p.m. That's a record, people. I drank 2 cups of coffee today and it felt like a Coke overdose. So if we're going to be honest, that's what I'm dealing with. Oh my gosh. My last relationship, I dated someone for 1.5 years. And here's how I knew it was a bad relationship, because during those 18 months, I lost 50 pounds. Which is the opposite of what you're supposed to do in a relationship, right? You're supposed to gain a bunch of weight because you love the person, but I was losing weight because I didn't want him to find me. I don't want to watch you play video games. But anytime, if you're a girl and you break up with your boyfriend, your friends will immediately show how they feel about him. They're like, oh my God, we hated him. So when I broke up with this guy, all my friends were like, okay, Maddie, tell us the truth. All my friends are witches, by the way. That is how all white women sound. Double, double, toilet trouble, brunch, H&M. So anyway, so when I broke up with him, all my friends were like, all right, Maddie, tell us the truth. Did you break up with him because you're hot now? Which is an insane question, right? And so rude. I would never do that. I broke up with him because he's still ugly. I'm a 7.2. See it on the runway. Oh man, who knows what's going on in that YouTube? But I have no idea.
It's blowing up.
And I don't know if this has been 2 minutes or 30. That's in a very unique way in the quarantine, doesn't it? At one point it's 11 a.m. and then the next people are clapping outside, and you're like, oh my God, I have not moved a muscle. That is crazy. Where'd they get they got air horns today. I'm like, where'd you buy those? Amazon? I don't think those are essential. Here is my close. Here's where I close.
Sweet.
I did the Equinox joke last week. Again, Andrew. I'm seeing weird out of my right eye. I am in a relationship. Oh my God. You know, the hard thing about dating guys is, I forgot to specify, I am a straight woman. I know it might look otherwise occasionally, but I have a boyfriend. And we've been dating a year and a half. And the hard thing about dating guys is you want to have sex all the time, right? Like my boyfriend wants to have sex every single day, which is fine for me for like the first day. And after that, it's like kitchen's closed, baby. I don't know if ladies are the same way, but my sex drive has always been really up and down. Like it's weird. There's days when I'm super, super into it, and then there's years where I'm not. 2013, very dry. You guys have been so fun. Thanks for being here. I hope that was okay. I couldn't tell tonight. It was the coffee. I literally drank like 9,000 mgs of coffee. I don't even know what mg means.
Maddie, that was amazing. We love you so much. Thank you so much. We're going to come back to your living room in a second. But for a moment, we're back in the bustling streets of DeKalb behind me. If you're ever here, the Hillside Restaurant is nice. It's right there. We've never been, but I've heard it's nice. I'm sitting in front of it. Just a reminder, we're going to go right back to Maddie's living room for a gentleman she was mentioning. We will be seeing shortly. But just we've been watching both the YouTube feed and the Venmo feed situation, both knocking it out of the park. So thank you so much for everyone who's commenting and donating. And shout out to Sarah from who? Anybody? Just in general, a shout out to Sarah on the YouTube. You can see I'm gonna keep doing that, Miles. This way. Right here, our Venmo at Talk Hard helps support all of our artists tonight. All of the donations will get put in a pot, split evenly, and given right to everyone performing tonight to help everyone get by at this difficult time. So thank you for everyone who has donated, and please, if you can afford anything, $1, $50, $1,000, $10,000. I mean, if you can afford $10,000, just email me directly, and we'll talk about that. But coming to the screen from the same living room we were just in, woo! A funny gentleman, Andrew Schiavone. There he is. Hey, Andrew, welcome back. It's good to see you. It's good to have you.
Oh my God, thanks for inviting me back. This is the only way I could tell that a week has gone by. It's great. I'm sorry, you guys got to see my living room. It's so brutal back. It's rough. That's dead. I've done everything. I've watched every TV show. Yesterday, I was even on Crackle. There's shows on there too. They have commercials. I've watched every TV show, and my friends call me, and they're like, "Have you seen?" I just say yes, and they're like, "I told you what I saw," and I said, "I've seen it all." I'm so bored of watching TV that today I looked out my window and watched my neighbors watch TV. It was like a special feature of the show that they were watching. You know, like neighbors have sex. Is that inappropriate? Okay.
No. Apparently not, because the donations just skyrocketed.
Only them. I put this link on my window, so they look at my living room every day, and they're like, "This guy needs money, obviously." Oh my God. Because I have like so much downtime, I think about like everything I've done wrong in my life. I think it's like, why am I living in this apartment and stuff? And lately I was thinking about like every bad date I've been on. You ever, when you like the first time you met somebody you're dating's parents, like ever, mine was in high school, and like they're the first old people I met that were like not friendly. Yeah. Like your friends when you're a kid are, "Hey, come over, I made pizza rolls." And then if you're dating somebody, they're like, "I'm judging you." And we went to so like when I met the parents, we all went out to dinner, and it was a seafood place, and I ordered a soft shell crab sandwich, and I didn't know what it was. And when it came out, there was like claws sticking out of a bun, and everyone thought I was eating an alien. So, is that not funny? Okay, everybody. probably is not. You have to. Maybe I should write a cartoon where that happens. Saying it on YouTube. This isn't really translated that well. Me doing this isn't really giving the visual of a soft shell crab sandwich. Let's go to the beach when this is all over. Make sure to order a soft shell crab sandwich. Like, I know what that guy's talking about. It does look like an alien on a bun. I miss going out. My go-to going out was boneless chicken wings, and I liked eating them because it was like it was like eating nuggets, but for adults. You know, like I couldn't. You know, like nuggets if you're an adult are embarrassing, but boneless that's sophisticated. I found out they're made by cutting up chicken tenderloins and deep frying them. I thought there was actually a professional guy who deboned every wing, like a. Well,
No.
okay, people, that's stuff I wrote today. That concludes the stuff I wrote today. So I got new stuff.
Cool.
Don't turn off yet. Keep those donations coming.
Woo!
Yeah. Talk hard. Okay. Okay, here's another new thing. So when I first met a girl who said that she was into choking, I didn't know what that was. I thought she meant like choking on food. You know, like I thought like what she was into was like eating shredded wheat without milk.
Oh.
She eats that in bed. She's like, oh, it's so dry. That's making me so wet. So back in the regular world, I stayed at Airbnb. Have you guys ever done that?
Yeah.
I did it. I downloaded the app, and then I messaged from the host of the place, and the message said, by the way, one of the perks about my apartment is that I'll be there, and I'm a great conversationalist.
Ooh.
And yeah, that's not really a perk. Like I've never seen in a hotel that says, here we offer a free breakfast, a swimming pool, and also a lonely man. When I got there, he spent, I don't know why, maybe because I didn't write him back, he didn't say a word to me the whole time. He spent the whole time in the living room, just ignored me. It was weirder than if he talked to me. Because you know the feeling you get when you had stayed at somebody else's house a little bit too long, and then you feel like you're imposing on them? I paid for that. That's not a feature you should pay for. He would also play the TV really loud at night, and I couldn't sleep. So I opened the living room door and I said, hey, can you keep it down? And I closed the living room door, and the adrenaline from saying that kept me up the rest of the night. It was a rush. My heart was racing. I was sweating. It was like, I got friends that are like, hey man, ever tried drugs? I'm like, hey, have you ever tried sticking up for yourself? Never. I got to pay for an Airbnb, I guess. I don't know what drugs cost. I went to that. I went to Whole Foods. It's still open. I wore a mask, and I guess Whole Foods is desperate for customers that they're emailing coupons. And when I used the coupon, the cashier gave me a dirty look, and I felt uncomfortable. So I said, with the coupon, it's more like half off foods. And she didn't think that was funny either. She did that too. And then she said, we don't appreciate that kind of humor here. We don't like those. We don't like that kind of humor. I was like, well, the joke came up organically, so.
Nice.
Okay, I stumbled through that one, everybody. But, okay, last joke, then I'll get out of here. Have you guys noticed that Uber conversations have been getting worse lately? If you've taken an Uber the past 6 weeks. When I first took an Uber, the guy was like, where are you going? What do you do for a living? And the last time I took an Uber, the guy said, do you have any conspiracy theories? And I was like what? And he said, well, first of all, you don't need deodorant at all. And I said, I don't think that's true. And he said, why do you know? And I said, well, first of all, this whole conversation ride, my head has been out the window. So I'm unable to breathe because of the smell. Okay, everybody, that's my time. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thanks for having me back.
Oh man, we feel so
Anytime.
really fortunate to have you. So funny, so good. Thanks, man.
Awesome.
That's so good. Can you imagine what living in their apartment must be? They're like the two. They're just between that apartment and Shayna and Sarah's apartment. Like, how do you not laugh the entire time if you're in those apartments, right? Like, these humans are so funny. And it's just so like it's so nice to see everyone's faces and their spaces. It's so cool. Like, Miles is looking so chill and comfortable, and
He's been in the hot tub all day.
I know. And everybody's just like, it's so cool to see everyone's faces and in their spaces. I do have to say, like, it just seeing Shayna and Sarah though on the couch, it's just so like it calms me to see, like, it's so nice. It's so sweet. Like, you guys just have the most calm demeanors and faces, and just feels
We're dying inside. Yeah, you were not with us today.
Oh.
Yeah, wow. We're dead inside.
well, you're faking it really well, because
Well, we almost started drinking at 9 a.m.
Oh, no.
We thought about it.
that's funny.
But
Go do it.
you're fine. Thank you. We love you too.
Oh, we love you guys. So, before we head out to the what look like the comfy confines of Michigan, to keep the comedy going, just another reminder. Am I going to do it right this time? Yes, I did it. Okay. Here's our Venmo at Talk Hard. If you're just joining us, all of the donations tonight, whatever you can give, $1, $5, $10, 20, whatever. Goes to all of our artists performing tonight to help out in these tough times. So please give what you can. Thank you to everyone who has donated already. We've been watching those go by. Thank you so much. And keep commenting if you can on YouTube so we know you're there, and we'll do some shout outs. Rachel shout out from the corner of the apartment. So we'll keep it going. We're going to head out to Michigan to another funny gentleman who you're all familiar with, a Talk Hard Live veteran, Mr. Miles Potter. Hey, Miles. Awesome.
Can you hear?
Absolutely.
Okay, excellent. I'll set this paper down. Guys, how's it going? I'm not going to do some stand-up this week. I thought just to change it up, I thought I'd take some questions from the YouTube chat. Rachel, if you want to let Michael know, and he can give me questions. Until then, I want to address a few things. I don't know if you guys can tell from there, but I'm white. So this picture is a super bad idea. I'm in my parents' basement, thriving. So I'll let you guys know I'm 30 years old, living in my parents' basement, and this is the best I've ever felt. So I'm quarantine thriving. Let me know if there's any questions, because I can't talk very long. Over here on this wall, I'm just gonna tell you what's around me. Over here on this wall, I was in a fraternity in college. That's why I dressed like a douchebag tonight. Over here on the wall is my paddle, which we didn't use, but they're there because they used to use them to spank each other. That's what fraternities did. So there is mine. I was in Sigma Alpha Epsilon, which nationally is the worst fraternity. Yeah, so I was in that one. I thought we were pretty good, but I didn't drink before I joined, and I did when I joined. So next to that is my grandfather's paddle. He was in TEAK. He was TKE, which TEAK on my campus got kicked off for selling far too much cocaine. And, when you get kicked off, you ask the faculty, you're like, okay, is it just for a year? And they're like, no, you're kicked off forever. You sold cocaine to the entire county. So that is gone. I want to say it feels very good to be doing comedy for a charity. It doesn't feel great when that charity is you. But, we're all helping. Is there a question I can?
I can't think of questions on the spot.
And then another one, which is what exactly is the paddle used for?
What is the paddle used for?
That's what the
All right.
yeah.
Here's what a normal ritual might be in old-time fraternities. So, all of the veteran members will be standing here. All the new members, you would take your pants down to about your knees, and the paddle would hit your butt. It's not happening. Didn't happen in mine, but you have to imagine. Didn't happen in mine, but you would have to imagine that this paddle's like that paddle right there. Damn. That might have touched my grandpa's butt.
I got a question from the YouTube.
Another question from the YouTube.
How is your mental health during quarantine?
My mental health, dude, I'm 30 years old living in my parents' basement. I'm feeling good. I go in a hot tub every day between classes. My mental health is golden.
Nice.
I'm doing stand up from at home. No one touched me. I haven't had a heckler. And I've imagined having a heckler before, and I try to make it as worse as possible. I imagine it with my high school bully in the audience just saying like, I've never heckled before. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. You're ugly. I don't know what they would say, but he would say something, and I would just look at him and say, what do you do? Oh, you're a lawyer? Dude, you win. I'm doing stand up from home. You win.
I got a
Being a
question.
stand-up comedian, a stay-at-home comedian, is like bringing a Flintstones push-up pop to a gunfight. You're not winning. Is there another question?
There is.
Yes.
I think there is. Yeah.
Do you have any conspiracy theories?
Do I have any conspiracy theories? Oh, crossover comedy. Breaking ground. Conspiracy theories? No, but I'm gonna make one up. I don't think ducks are real. I think they stopped with ducks, and now ducks are just like mobile advance units for the military. And I'm gonna double down on this. They're making more and more ducks and putting them all over. Every time, try walking up on a duck. They don't move. They have a set territory they need to be in. I guess the actionable steps for this conspiracy theory is don't mess with ducks. That's not true, but I had to give an answer.
I think it works.
I got another one for you.
All right, we'll take one more question.
One more.
All right,
I gotta take this down.
Okay.
what's your go-to funny childhood story?
My go-to childhood funny okay. My sister is the funniest person I know, and I hope she's not watching, or she'll watch later and be upset with me. But before bed, we would get like little snacks or something. I would get like crackers or whatever, and then leave them in my bed and find them months later. My sister would always get raisins, and you may be ahead of me. She would be one night we get raisins. She gets raisins. I get probably nothing. She lays down, starts eating the raisins. About 15 minutes into bed, we hear her scream. So I get up because I'm interested. Parents get up. We all go into her room, are standing over. She's still screaming, and we're like, what? And she's like, I got a raisin stuck in my nose. Which means my sister was either eating raisins and missed, or was like experimenting with raisins in her nose. That's what I imagine was happening. And I don't know what else you would have found doing that. That's what I always go back to. And she was probably listening to Butterfly Kisses by whatever his name was, because that's all she listened to.
Awesome.
But thank you for all the questions.
Cool.
Thank you, Miles.
Thank you, Miles. Awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Miles. You look so comfy. So, before we move on, I just have two quick announcements. One is the same one that I've had so far, which is right there. Why do I have so much trouble with this? Thank you so much to everyone who's donated so far. If you're just joining us, all donations tonight, no matter what you can give, $1, $5, $20, $50, whatever you can give, at our Venmo, at TalkCard, will get all put in a pot and divided equally for all of our artists tonight, because everyone has lost income due to the pandemic, as we know everyone has, but we're just trying to help out as best we can all of our artists tonight to get by. My second announcement is really exciting. Within the next week or two, we're going to be launching, because of the humongous success of Talk Hard Live, we're going to be launching a spin-off show called Laugh Hard, which is going to be an all-female stand-up comedy and comedy sketch show online as well. So look for that over the next week or two. We're still putting that together. If you know any really funny ladies, like some that you've seen tonight, if you know any more, send them our way. We're going to put that together over the next couple of weeks. What we would like to know from those who are on YouTube, if you can drop in a comment on the chat in YouTube. We're thinking of Laugh Hard on either Monday or Tuesday night. So we're taking a poll. If you can tell us in the chat on YouTube, if you think a better night is Monday or Tuesday for Laugh Hard. Do you need more laughs on Monday? Do you need more laughs on Tuesday? What do you think? Which night is better? So and then we'll.
Every day's the same.
And every day's the same. I know. So please look out for Laugh Hard, and that'll be an entirely new show. We'll keep Talk Hard going as well. So you'll have Talk Hard, Laugh Hard, 2 shows a week from us coming soon. So now we are going to bring it back to the streets of DeKalb, right down the road. I can see her out my window, and also on the screen. Maybe that's what I'm confused by that. Super talented writer, actor, Emily Vetrano, everyone. Hi, Emily.
Hi guys. So I'm taking it a little. This is not as funny, I think, or it's certainly not intended to be funny. So we'll see how that lands. I've been writing, and this is an essay I wrote. So I'm just gonna give it a shot.
Cool.
All right. I didn't write anything about the divorce because I was afraid of what I would find or not find. And what if I opened up a chasm in me that I couldn't shut off? What if I cried and couldn't stop crying? What if I couldn't cry? And what if it meant that I still loved you or that I had made a big mistake? So I got really good at getting busy. I made tea and cleaned my apartment and listened to podcasts and meditated. I got good at working on myself and in myself and out of myself. I cut my hair and went to New York and LA, and I took a lot of baths, like so many baths. And I put up string lights, and I told myself I didn't have to write about it or think about it or talk about it because I was fine and I was healing. And I told myself that writing about it would be a betrayal, and that because I didn't know what I would find, it was best not to find anything at all. But then one day during a global pandemic, I took a walk and listened to Oprah, and Caroline Meese told me there was a fire inside me. So of course I did the dishes and made a slow cooker meal and meditated as if preparing for some event that I didn't know how to prepare for. And then I opened my computer and I started writing to you. And then I cried, which I was really hoping I wouldn't do because I don't know what the tears mean, and so they make me nervous, and I wonder if I'll ever stop crying or if I'll just keep avoiding it until I find myself in Jewel Osco sobbing in the soup aisle again, staring at all the soup and wondering how many people can see me or if it really matters and if they see me, and mostly just wondering how a person can be sobbing, but at the same time pondering how there could possibly be so many different kinds of soup. And maybe the whole problem is that there are just too many options. And if someone would please just make all the choices for me, I could go back to sleepwalking through my life. That way, when it's all over, then I realize I didn't achieve anything. I could just blame the person who told me what to do in the first place. That way, I'll never have to take responsibility for anything ever again. I think I mostly don't understand it. The complicated feelings. I didn't know you could grieve something for so long. I thought once you set fire to your life and put all your old life belongings in a box labeled "Do Not Resuscitate," that meant it was all done, all gone, never to be heard from again. But instead, the top of the box keeps coming off in my dreams, and there you are. And I surprise myself with my grief again. And I think how it would have been much easier to understand the things that I know now 10 years ago. And I wonder if I failed or gave up too soon. And I mostly wonder about hindsight and how shitty it is, and about regret, and how you can regret something and at the same time understand that you maybe, perhaps, probably, definitely, ultimately made the right choice. Cheryl Stray said that you're supposed to wave to your other life and send it love and life, but I don't really know how to do that from over here in the dark. So when I don't want to know how to do so when I don't think about you or want to think about you, I wonder about all the flowers I planted and if they grew and whether or not the ivy climbed up the front of the house like I hoped it would. But I was too scared to drive by the house that one time, so I don't know. I think about how hard it is to have lived half a dream. And that it's odd how I thought I knew what I wanted and lived part of that, and then said I didn't want that anymore, or then said, well, maybe I did, but not exactly. And then I wonder about the flowers again, and then I think maybe what I really miss is the dog and not you at all. I texted you that one time because, well, I thought it would be nice, or maybe I thought being nice would make me feel better. But mostly it just made me sad. And I really hope you don't respond. And I also hope you do. And maybe that's where this all lives, somewhere between hoping I hear back and hoping I don't. I also think how I want this to be brilliant and somehow profound, but all it really is messy and uncomfortable and so blindly naked that even I have to look away. And that maybe the other side of it all isn't better, it's just different. And that better is the lie we tell ourselves or have been told or sold, and different is the truth. That I'm still me and you're still you, and we actually could live without each other, and that some of it was your fault and all of it was mine, and that love doesn't end, but it definitely dies. And I'm pretty sure when I'm 80, I'll think of you and wonder how your life turned out, and truly, from the bottom of my heart, hope it turned out great, and that you got everything you ever wanted, including me and also not including me. And that until 80 comes, I'll just be over here, waving like Cheryl told me to do. Not sure if I'm waving goodbye or saying hello. Maybe, well, actually, probably both.
Aww. It's really beautiful, Emily.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Emily.
Thank you so much. That was beautiful. If everyone could, so we're gonna read our next artist is someone who you're all familiar with. He's been on with us before. He's an OG Talk Hard veteran from the old days. We're gonna read some scenes from his new play, which is so exciting and so cool. But what I need everyone on the Zoom call to do temporarily, just while we're reading Sergio's play, and then we'll come back on the video for Courtney at the end. If everyone can just stop their video so that, other than Sergio and us, so that we can hide you for the moment and you can see us both reading, and then we'll have you bring your video back after the play reading. So if Andrew, if you can, yeah, sweet. And then, cool. So now if I do a couple things, I first get rid of that because that's silly for that. And then I also do, yep, and then hide non-video participant.
Hi, Rachel.
What's up?
And then this. Look at that.
We did it.
Amazing. We did it. Hey, Sergio.
Hi.
It's awesome to have you back. We always feel so fortunate when you can join us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, please. Did you want to talk a little bit about what we're going to read?
Sure. Well, this is I recently joined a playwriting group, which I have never done before. I've actually never taken a writing class formally in my career as a writer and in theater. So this is the first time people are holding me to a deadline. But this play takes place back in the year 2002. It's between two high school students. This is back when I was in high school. It's the sort of post 9/11 Bush administration. And so, yeah, this is, I'm sure all of you remember that, hopefully. This is the world before cell phones took over the world, and, before the internet, what it is now, before social media. So people actually had to talk to each other. The phone was a thing that was on the wall sort of era. So, yeah. So, I'll just kind of leave it there, and then
Okay.
we'll kind of see where it goes.
Are we at the beginning of the play?
This is the beginning of the play, yes.
Okay, cool. So scene one lights up. The year is 2002. a suburban high school in Los Angeles. It's 12:34 p.m. A young girl named Caroline stands under the bleachers of the football field. She is dressed in dark black, almost gothic clothes and wears a lot of eyeshadow. There is an almost empty, open Jansport backpack next to her on the ground. She looks stern as she stares blankly at nothing in particular. She smokes a cigarette for a moment. Noises from a high school on lunch break play in the background. Emilio, a 15-year-old Latino, enters wearing a very full backpack. He has clearly never been under the bleachers before. He wears a t-shirt with the band The Clash on it. The t-shirt is obviously too big for his skinny frame. His faded blue jeans are also too big for him. He quietly and not so casually walks over to Caroline. She notices him but pays him no mind. He walks over to her and tries to subtly stand next to her. He stares in the direction she's staring in. He's nervous. There is a silence between them.
What what are you looking at? I've never been under the bleachers before. It's kind of cool. You weren't wearing those clothes this morning.
What?
You didn't have on makeup either.
How do you know that?
Well, I saw you.
I changed in the bathroom.
Why?
My parents are really conservative. They wouldn't like my real clothes or makeup.
Right, sure.
Do you need something?
You're Caroline, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm Emilio.
I know who you are.
You?
We have history and something else together.
Geometry.
That's it. Sorry, it's something personal. I don't know anyone who's in that class. I don't pay attention.
Yeah, I don't like math either. I've seen you sketch though, like in your notebook.
Okay.
Pretty cool. Like I can't draw.
Okay.
Can I have a cigarette?
There's a beat. Caroline looks at Emilio skeptically. She then reaches into her backpack and pulls out a pack of cigarettes. She offers one to Emilio. He takes it but doesn't quite know how to hold it. She then pulls out a lighter and lights it for him.
Thank you.
He takes a couple of puffs and starts to cough. Caroline can tell it's his first. He eventually recovers. She just stares at him.
It's good.
You don't smoke.
Yeah, I do.
Whatever, dude.
So, do you like music?
What do you want?
Nothing. I'm just hanging out for now. My mom is supposed to pick me up right now. I have an appointment, but she told me this morning she would be late.
Your mom picks you up?
Yeah. Sometimes. I usually walk, but like I don't really rely on her like all the time.
Caroline looks in the other direction and slightly smiles and looks back at him.
Yeah, I like music.
Oh, cool. What's your favorite band?
I like Linkin Park.
Yeah, I saw the poster in your locker.
Are you stalking me or something?
No, our lockers are across from one another. I just happened to notice.
Oh. Okay. I sometimes like Nickelback.
I'm more into old British punk, like the Sex Pistols and the Damned, like real punk. You know, do you like the Clash?
Never heard of them.
Are you serious?
Just wanted to see what you would say. Yes, of course I've heard of The Clash.
What are my favorite band?
I can see that.
I play music too. Like I'm a blues guitarist.
Really?
Do you like blues?
Actually, yeah, I love blues.
It's my favorite genre of music. I'm more of an Delta blues guitarist myself, but I started off with like B.B. King and Muddy Waters.
I like Robert Johnson.
Oh, that's really old school.
They say at first he was a really shitty guitar player. People would even make fun of him. He would play and be like totally embarrassed. I forget exactly where it was, but it was somewhere in Mississippi. He went to this crossroad with his guitar, and there he met the devil. And the devil took his guitar and tuned it and then handed it back to him. And that's how he became this amazing guitar player.
What did the devil want in return?
His soul.
Of course. I've never heard that. That's really cool.
A beat. Caroline suddenly drops her cigarette to the ground and steps on it. She quickly starts to zip up her backpack.
Have you ever been to a blues club?
Yeah, sure.
Do you like it?
I loved it.
She finishes packing up and puts the backpack over her shoulder.
My guitar teacher's playing at the Whiskey A Go Go on Saturday. Would you like to go?
I'm busy.
Okay. Well, if you change your mind, or if your schedule frees up, I'll be there at 8.
Caroline stares at him for a second and then just walks away. She exits.
It's on the Sunset Strip. If you change your mind. See ya.
A beat. Emilio realizes he still has the cigarette in his hand. He quickly drops it onto the floor. He wipes his tongue with his t-shirt. He spits on the ground to get the taste out of his mouth. Scene 2. Saturday night, 8:52. Inside the Whiskey A Go Go, Emilio sits at the bar alone. He drinks a Coke. He wears an oversized AC/DC t-shirt. He looks around the club politely and patiently. Caroline enters. She's dressed in all black again, but her hair and makeup are more put together. She has a glass of whiskey in her hand. She sits on the stool next to Emilio. She doesn't look at him. Emilio suddenly notices her.
Hi.
God, the bands here always take forever.
I didn't think you would come.
I don't know. You said you would be here.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the band to set up. The guy with the Gibson guitar is my guitar teacher. His name's Giovanni. He's from Italy. It's nice to see you.
Emily attempts to awkwardly hug her. She looks at him and puts her hand up and
I
stops.
don't do that.
You don't?
No, not unless I trust you or want to trust you.
Oh, sorry. What are you drinking?
Whiskey.
Really?
I don't know. It's the Whiskey A Go Go, right?
They really served it to you?
Relax, dude. It's just a drink.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just impressed.
She drinks.
So, did your mom drop you off?
No. She let me borrow the car.
Do you have a curfew, too?
Do you?
Not exactly, but I should probably sneak back into my room before midnight.
Your parents don't know you're here?
Do your parents know you're alone?
They would be if I were.
I thought you said you didn't think I would come.
I didn't, but that's not what I told them. They were just happy that I was going to be hanging out with a girl. They both insisted it was a date.
Why?
I'm pretty sure my mom thinks I'm gay.
Why?
Like, I don't hang out with many girls, and I guess they're concerned about that.
That's kind of funny.
Do I seem gay?
Yeah, a little.
Really?
I can see why someone would think that.
But I'm not.
I believe you.
How do I seem gay?
Why does that bother you? There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. But I'm not gay.
The lady don't protest too much, methinks. I'm teasing you.
I know.
But just to be super clear, this is not a date.
Sure.
I'm not interested in you.
Of course.
Like, at all.
Okay. I get it.
Caroline finishes her whiskey and gestures for the bartender. They sit in silence as they watch the band continue to set up. Lights out. Scene 3. Later that night, 11:48, outside on the corner of the Sunset Strip. The name, the Whiskey A Go Go, shines brightly above the entrance to the club. Lights up, Emilio and Caroline stand outside of the club's entrance, passionately making out. It's clear Emilio doesn't really know how to. Caroline seems more in control, but also drunk. This lasts for a moment. Caroline breaks away. They both breathe heavily and smile.
I have to go.
Like right now?
Yes, like right now.
Emilio kisses her again. They make out for another few seconds. She breaks away again.
I really have to go.
You shouldn't drive.
I'll be fine. Good night.
She kisses him quickly.
Good night.
Caroline stumbles a bit, but walks off to the parking lot. Emilio watches her walk away. She exits. Emilio takes a deep breath. He laughs a little, lights out. Nice.
Nice. Oh, high school.
Really nice, man. Really, really nice.
Awesome, dude. I love it.
And once again, you guys just always have to work together because it's just like
I know.
automatic, right?
Hey, people.
Oh, everybody's back. Thank you for coming back, everybody. Yeah, that was really great, Sergio.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you so
nice.
much.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
awesome.
Those who have been with us for a few weeks have now heard Sergio's work, a screenplay and now a new play. And as you can tell, a natural and hard to believe you have no formal dramatic writing training.
Seriously.
Yeah, really, really strong, man. We'd love to continue to hear this as it develops for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep working on it. It's probably about halfway done with the play in total. So yeah.
Nice,
Sweet.
really cool.
Yeah. It's interesting to go back in time to like listen to all the bands from that era and how awful rock music was
Yeah,
back
ooh,
then.
Linkin Park, man.
Oh,
Ooh.
right.
It's rough.
Yeah, totally.
I was listening to Savage Garden, and I could not think of a worse band to listen to. Horrible.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about, Emily. You know what I'm talking about.
that's funny. Awesome, man. Thanks
Oh,
for
did you
sharing.
like them in the bathroom?
Guilty.
Yeah. Thanks so much for sharing that, Sergio.
Disappear.
That was awesome.
No.
That was really cool. So, we're about to move on to our final performer tonight, and just a reminder again, thanks to everyone who has donated already. Easy to donate tonight. Our Venmo's right there on the screen. At Talk Hard, all the donations tonight will get split up evenly and given to all of our artists tonight to help them get by at this really tough time. Everyone performing tonight and each week has suffered loss of income because they're not able to perform or work as an artist. So thank you so much to everyone. And we're going to close with a huge fan favorite, a Talk Hard favorite, a super Rachel favorite, a super everyone favorite, really, because everyone's been asking us every week, where do we get Courtney's music? Where do we get X's and Arrows music? And like I mentioned to Courtney, I think last week after we got off the show, it's just at those of you who know her music, especially these times, but all the time, just warms your heart to hear her voice and to hear her play and just to be in her presence. So without further ado, Courtney Lavender is joining us for a couple of songs to close us out.
Woo!
Oh, I like the setup.
Hopefully it sounds all right.
Looks good.
That's so sweet, Michael. Thank you.
Oh, it sounds great
And-
too.
I have to say, Sergio, that the moment where Rachel was like, "Oh, Nickelback," and then you just completely just didn't even respond. That's great.
Oh, Courtney, it sounds really good.
So can you hear me and the guitar?
Yeah, sounds
Sweet.
really
Okay.
good.
I wanted to test this, but I didn't get a chance. So
Yeah, sounds great.
I'll sing this song from our EP called "Missing." It makes it all so clear, it's strange. When did you disappear? Nobody's missing when you're walking out the door. Nobody's listening and I'm not keeping score. You've changed, but I can't tell you how. It's late. We'll leave it there for now. This is the last time I will be here. Now is the last time I leave you here. It's strange, but I'm not pained. And it's strange, but it's not fame. Nobody's missing, nobody's missing, nobody's missing. The weight that you're carrying, it's crazy to think you'll bury it. I never meant that I would take it all from you. I never meant it, though I thought it to be true. I'm not afraid of a little pain. to be blamed. Nobody's listening, nobody's listening, nobody's listening while we're waiting for the cars to fall. Just wait, relax, play. I never wanted you to be the only thing I see. Maybe I still love you and I don't wanna miss you. Maybe I forgive you for all the things you put me through. Maybe you're regretting of what you always wanted to be. Maybe you've abandoned it, but you see it all in me. I can embody all the dreams you set aside, but I could be the one to drag you out from behind. Baby, I still love you. I always love you. I always love you. I always love you.
Can you hear the vocal okay over the guitar and
Yeah,
everything?
it
Yes,
sounds
it
so
sounds
good,
good.
Courtney.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So I know Talk Hard often is kind of like where people try out stuff.
Yeah.
So I have a song that I've performed a few times, but I'm not sure about it. It feels like it's not quite done. So if there's any songwriters out there who have thoughts about this song, you can talk to me. I'll listen.
Oh, cool.
And I wrote it kind of with anybody sort of marginalized in mind, whether that be LGBTQ, disabled, people of color. But it's really just about the way we all need each other. So I feel like that's kind of fitting right now. It's called Push Us On Through, and I'll sing it tonight for Tracy. Actually, this is fucking buzzing. Hang on. Try that. All right.
Who'll survive the waves to find what waits upon the other side? Are we to find some peace inside that plays upon the other side? Weighs upon the other's mind, weighs upon the other. Who'll surpass dividing lines, re-engage the other? Are we to last in an endless tide that preys upon the other's pride, grasping to discover what drags us up from under? I'm inclined out to deny that the wind will push us on through. Who'll outlast this storm arm upright without leaning on the other? Are we to see the other's plight when we're torn asunder? Steadfast and true, and will one day push us on through.
That was beautiful, Courtney.
Love it.
Thank you.
Really, really nice. Thank you so
Gorgeous.
much.
Thanks
We
for
also,
having me.
oh please, we also want to extend an extra super huge thank you and hug to Courtney because Courtney, I asked Courtney about probably like an hour or two ago if she would come on because I felt like we had some other music performances lined up and they fell through, and I feel like you just can't have a talk card without music, and it just I am so grateful to have Courtney with us. We just really are lucky to have you. Thank you so much. You fill our hearts with joy.
True.
And I see everyone else's faces. I think they feel the same way. So thank you. Let me put us all on together. Cool. So thank you so much to everyone tonight who joined us. Sergio, Shayna, Sarah, Courtney, Miles, Maddie, Andrew, everyone. And thanks to everyone on YouTube and everyone.
Says, thanks to all the artists for showing us quarantine can be okay and even a positive experience.
Did everybody hear that? Yeah. Cool. Super cool. And again, if you're watching and you haven't donated yet and you would like to, please do. Our Venmo is up on the screen there. Maybe I'll pin myself for a second so you can see it bigger. Our Venmo is @TalkHard, and maybe Rachel will drop in the comments on YouTube one more time our PayPal, our Outer Loop PayPal link in case you're not on Venmo. Thank you to everyone who donated. All donations tonight will get split up and given to all of our artists to help everyone get through. We really, really appreciate it. Rachel and I are super grateful that we're able to connect with you all, your beautiful faces that we're looking at right now, and all of you beautiful people on YouTube. This really does, like I know Andrew was saying, I only know, was it Miles or someone was saying, I only know what day it is, like a week has passed because it's another talk art, but like it really, like I'm by Wednesdays, I'm like, am I gonna make it another day? And then Thursday, I'm like, oh, cool, talk arts tonight. It's all right. I made it, So it helps me, definitely helps me make it. And yeah, look out for Laugh Hard that's coming probably within the next couple weeks too. So Shana and Sarah, we need to talk more about that. And so we'll have 2 opportunities to all connect every week for at least the next 7 years. It seems like so. And if you know anyone on YouTube or any of you guys here, if any other artists of any stripes that want to try out some new stuff or just want to have a place to get it out once a week, please send them our way. We're happy to have our regulars every week, but we're also happy to introduce some new folks and give Courtney a break. And yeah, so we'll see everyone next Thursday night, if not before. Stay well, stay home, stay safe. We love you all. And we'll see you Thursday night. Woo! Thank you all so much. Love you. See you soon.